Hello everyone, today is Tuesday, January 15th, 2019. It's 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see my computer clock on my right. On my left is the time and sales, the Emini S&P, currently trading at 2601.50. It was a pretty great day for the auto trader after a couple of slow days. Yesterday was rather slow, so I didn't bother with the video, but today came back with a lot of winners today, so really solid day for the auto trader. First up is the Nasdaq on 150 Kanashii chart, and this, I believe, hit its goal at 2100, and it did 2050 for the day. Moderately active here with a number of trades. This was a pretty strong upswing off the open here, and this pretty much rode this up. There was a couple of small losers, as you can see here, just these little dips in the equity curve. Just wanted to point out a little known feature in the auto trader. Under entry filters, we have our session open filter, and so this is the kind of day where the session open filter would filter out any short trades. The way it works is that if price is trading above the open of the session, it's only going to take long trades. So on this kind of day, all these little short trades would be completely missed. And in spite of that, this worked out pretty well because it caught the bigger trades here. But every time it went against the trend, it had a loser. But it still hit its goal for the day within the first 45 minutes of trading. Okay, next is the DAX on a 150 Kanashii tick chart. This is a limit order with a six tick pullback. The goal is 2100. This did 1700 for the day on, looks like four trades, 2 winners and 2 losers, but once again the losers are smaller than the winners. Okay, the Emini S&P on a 987 Kanashii tick chart did quite well today, and if I tighten up the equity curve, we can kind of see what happened here. So it drew down just a little bit, only about less than $100 or just over $100 here. It was moderately active today. You can see all the trades, but what made the difference is that it caught these bigger swings here, over here, and then here this last trade brought it up to 1537 for the day. The goal on this is 1525, so it ended with 1 tick of positive slippage. Okay, the Nasdaq on the same 1597 Kanashii tick chart had 2 back-to-back winners here and did 1700 for the day. The goal on this is 1550, so pretty strong positive slippage in this move upward here. This is a limit order with an 8-tick pullback. That's 2 points in the Nasdaq. Okay, this is a new chart that I'm trying on the DAX, and this is on a 987 Kanashii tick chart. You can see here the swings look pretty good here. This chart was a winner yesterday, and I gave it a modest goal of 1500 on this chart, or 1550. So this probably hit its goal and had some slippage, but it did so on a single trade here. And what's interesting is this is pretty much the whole session, just these couple of swings here. So this is actually a fairly large time frame for the DAX. So we'll be watching this and see if it's worthwhile, but I've only plotted it for a couple of days now. Okay, our Emini S&P on just a regular 5 Renko chart did quite well today. 775. Our goal on this is 800, so just 1 tick of slippage, and we've seen this chart quite a bit lately. Okay, the Nasdaq on a 987 Kanashii chart hit its goal in a single trade. You can see it here. There was no drawdown. Just this single trade, this move right off the open. This is a limit order with just a 3-tick pullback, so very minimal pullback. We got filled, and it basically took off, and trading was finished in the first 15 minutes. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 6 tick drew down about $300 here and ultimately came up and hit its goal of 1,000. So just a couple of ticks of slippage here. A little closer look at the swings on the chart. Okay, the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick. This one is this template here, and it's a 750 goal with a higher time frame filter of Super Renko 6 and a sensitivity of 1. And so this did 825 for the day, and the goal on this is 750, so positive slippage here. And this hit its goal in a single trade. Notice the Super Renko 6 tick is represented by this green background, and so these red bars could have been potential whipsaws, but they were not taken. They were ignored because of the higher time frame filter. Okay, the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick, and it's this template here, and the goal is 725. This is the one that starts trading at 12:30 noon, and it drew down about 200 per contract, as we can see here, but then it came back with 3 winners in a row and hit its goal, or came close to its goal. Probably hit its goal and had some slippage. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 8 tick had mixed trades today. It was up and down all over the place. Looks like the equity high was about 500 and the drawdown was 400, so that's 200 per contract, and then it finished at 390. The Dow E-mini contract on a 1597 Kanashii with a 60-minute higher time frame just had a single short trade and had a very modest gain of 360 on 2 contracts. Okay, the E-mini S&P with our 6 Renko higher time frame and a tight sensitivity did it hit its loss limit today of 1,050. However, the reason I'm showing this chart is I wanted to show that it made an equity high here of about almost $900, and then it had this loser that, well, after that it had a string of losers and was ultimately stopped out. So once again, you really need to consider your profit goals very carefully. And then finally, the E-mini S&P on a Super Renko 6 tick finished the day at 350, and this too also had an equity high of a little bit over 800, and then got chopped about here. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.